This waiting process must be a very frustrating time for Rick Moss.
Greetings, I'm the GM and Director of Player Personnel for the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, baby, this is where it all starts. Let's get out there and ball.
And boy, you can just hear the excitement. What a moment indeed.
What up, YouTube? It's No Chains, and I am back for another commentary, and this is another episode of the Rick Moss story. And as you guys saw just a minute ago, Rick Moss was introduced to the city of Detroit. He held a one-on-one charity game with Brandon Jennings for the number 7, and as you guys see, he's wearing number 7. So there's your answer. He won the game, and his first NBA attempt will be a long three-pointer. Saggy defense by Trevor Ariza right there allowed him to get that 3 to go down. And as you guys see, that is exactly what the Detroit scouts and the Detroit GM and the coaches liked about Rick Moss. As you guys see, he has active hands on defense, gets the steal, and finishes at the other end. As you guys see, Josh Smith gets the block, and it will be finished by Brandon Jennings. So this team has everything it takes to become a contender in the East. Of course, this team was already much improved without the addition of Rick Moss. So Rick Moss will only add another ingredient on defense mostly rather than offense, as his offense is a work in progress. And as you guys see, he's backing down on Trevor Ariza right there. And one thing that was a negative about his game was his ability to pass the ball. By the way, before I get into commenting this video fully, there are 3 games in this episode. I don't know if the title will say it yet. I'm commentating it before I even put the title or thought about the title, but 3 games, his first 3 NBA games. So we're going to see how the Pistons start off this season and how Rick Moss will play a role in this team's success or failure. So we're going to have to find out, as we are already down to the Washington Wizards, one of the worst teams in the league. However, they're still young and have a lot of players that they can progress, such as Otto Porter, who gets right by Rick Moss on the play right there for the lay-in. So like I said, Rick Moss is not the perfect player. His offense is a work in progress. His defense, he still can get better. As you guys see, he draws the foul right here late in the 4th quarter, and he has 10 points right now in his NBA debut, and this free throw will make it 11 if he can make it. However, they take him out for the remainder of the quarter, and the Pistons end up losing a double-digit loss to the Washington Wizards. So let's hear what Rick Moss has to say following that loss and scoring 11 points in his NBA debut.
After tonight's game, you're now officially an NBA player. Were there any nerves for you stepping onto the court for the first time?
Oh, yeah. I think it's fair to say I was a little nervous, but I felt pretty good out there, you know? I've been talking to the guys, and they've been really helpful getting me ready for this. It's definitely an important step for my career, but just the first of what I hope will be many more. I got a long way to go, but it's nice to have a game like this under my belt right now.
Alright guys, as you see, Rick Moss is arriving to the stadium. We are getting set to face off against the Memphis Grizzlies, and both teams stand at 0-1 right now. Rick Moss is going to try his best to help his team rebound from the embarrassing loss to the Washington Wizards, as he's going to pull up for the mid-range jump shot over the defense of Tayshaun Prince. And one thing I want to get clear before I start off this video, as you guys see, he gets a tough shot to go right there. I do not buy VC, nor do I do the VC glitch. I think both ways, well, buying VC for certain things is not that bad. I just don't want people, for some reason, I may be the only one, I just don't want people to use VC for my team, because you could just sit there and buy your whole team and there's no competitive fun in that. But I don't mind people using VC to use for their my player. It's not like I can tell you what to do with your VC, but I just don't like when people do the my team thing. I don't care if it's your my player, because that's something you do offline. You're playing against the computer. If you want to spend money, you go ahead and spend money. Me, I have a job, but I don't have money like that to be going spending on VC and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I've earned all my VC by playing the game. Like, in my opinion, it's intended for you to do. I don't do the glitch either, because that's an exploit. I don't do exploits. But I'm saying all that to say that Rick Moss will progress a little bit slower than a lot of the other commentators. because they buy VC or they do the glitch, or maybe they just play a lot. You know, like I said, I don't do either of those things. I'm not knocking you at all, because if you play 2K all the time, that's cool, because if I could do it, I would. You know, I'm usually asleep or at work or chilling with my girlfriend, but you know, I'm not knocking you if you buy VC, because if that's what you want to do to have fun with the game, to have fun with the game, because at the same time, having fun is why you play 2K, you know what I'm saying? And if you have to dominate to have fun with the game, that is totally cool. You know, with me, this is not just with 2K, with everything. I like to develop things and, you know, build it up rather than start all the way at the top, you know, and I like to develop and progress. You know, like with Rick Moss, I'm gonna have fun progressing him, because right now he's not very good at all, you know, but he's gonna get better. As you guys see, I passed to Jennings because I thought Billups was the point guard at the time, but Rick Moss will miss the 3 right there. But enough about the VC thing. I was just saying all that to say that Rick Moss will progress a little bit slower than a lot of the other YouTube commentators, so bear with me. I'll make it still entertaining for you guys to watch. You know, I just hope that he can get more minutes so he can get more VC. You know, as you guys see, he misses the layup right there. And by the way, I didn't really talk about that Grizzlies game, and went by really fast, and he did not do well at all. He went 3 for 12, and something ironic was that he had a positive plus minus. Nonetheless, the Grizzlies did fall to us in that game, so we end up going 1-1, and we are on our way to getting another victory as we lead by 4 right now. Rick Moss is in transition. He will get the lay-in right there to go down, so he's playing at a decent level right now with 6 points, only shooting 33% from the field. And as you guys see, he's going to pull up for another jumper right here, and it will go down over the defense of Avery Bradley. And with 8 points, Rick Moss is going to go baseline and end up turning the ball over. And that will be the last straw for Rick Moss as Coach Cheeks sits him down for the remainder of the third and the entire fourth quarter. However, the good news is we end up getting a 18-point win over the Boston Celtics, and Rick Moss stayed at a decent level. As you guys see, he has 8 points, a rebound, assist, steal, and 2 turnovers, going 3 for 7, 0 for 1 from behind the arc. And this video pretty much just shows you guys in summary that Rick Moss has a long way to go. However, he has shown a lot of promise here in the early season, as the Detroit Pistons are 2-1 right now. So we'll just have to get ready for the next stretch of games. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and look forward to more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.